they're supposed to mistreat their slaves. I think it's exact opposite, but it's okay. I
But it
mean,
says
we
that
can.
you
Do you,
can beat your slave as long as you don't kill him, meaning if he doesn't die within 3 days and survives your beating, it's okay. So you could beat him near death as long as he doesn't die. You think that's moral?
I'll share it on the screen really quick so they know we're not making this up.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Share it on the screen.
yeah, so here we go.
I
I'll
would.
read it. Yep, I'll go ahead and read it. It says, Exodus 21:20 through 21 says, anyone who beats their male or female slave with a rod must be punished if the slave dies as a direct result, but they are not to be punished if the slave recovers after a day or two, since the slave is their property. Do you think that that's a moral law?
If it's written in the Bible, it is what it is, man. It's obviously uh, something is being listed as moral there, meaning don't beat your slave to death.
But
I
I'm
mean, that's
asking you,
obviously brutal.
do you think it's
But like I
good
said, you
to
could
beat your
technically
slave?
beat them to near death.
Yeah, your answer is going to be yes, it is, because sometimes a slave just straight up doesn't want to listen. What are you supposed to do after you talk to them and say, please, please do
He's
this? And
fucking
they say,
joking,
no.
right?
All right, you got to be
No,
joking,
I'm
right?
not joking. It's just like your kid. Okay, if you tell your kid to do something
Mr.
and they're like,
B,
"No, I'm not."
Mr. B, Mr.
Hold
B.
up. Yeah.
Can you please turn your camera on? I want you to go down in history for this, and I want to see your goddamn face.
Oh,
So
come on. Whatever.
I can hunt you down.
Hold on. Faith
It's
is
just a claim.
confidence in what you have been told. That is faith. That is the
Yeah,
very
but
definition of faith.
okay, so why
And
should
that
we
is
have
What have
not
you been
confidence?
told?
evidence, is it?
So, in other words, in other words, what have you been told? You might have been told there is no God, so you are having faith in what somebody told you as well, or else
Dub,
wouldn't we just be sitting here with
Dub,
like a
I've been
blank
told
brain?
all kinds of things, and so have you. Okay? I've been told that
Right?
Jesus Christ died for my sins. I've been
You
told
were just
that
told that there's a pink unicorn that farted, and
exactly,
Right, right. So
exactly.
so
I've
should we
been
have so
told
is that
all
evidence?
kinds of
Is
things my
right, is
entire
that
life.
evidence? Is that
All right?
evidence?
That's not
That's not
evidence that
evidence.
somebody told me
no,
something.
that's a way to start a cult, though.
Yeah, but
And that's
there's
what
no
religion
evidence for that.
is, my
Right.
friend.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. You
That's
just
what
kind
it
of
is.
mm-hmm. Yeah, if
it,
being
it,
told
it
something
actually
is
isn't. So,
evidence,
so
then
look,
everything is
I mean,
evidence. There's evidence for everything.
Yeah.
okay.
Because whatever you have faith in, that's it. It's evidence.
For
And I wanted to go into, because you're saying, does it need to be written down for people not to do this or that? Yeah, it kind of does, because apparently people don't even know what a woman is. It's kind of weird. Now,
People don't know what?
such
Hold
a
on. You're
thing.
breaking up. I'm
you're breaking
sorry.
up. You're breaking up.
People do
You
not
said
know
people
what
don't
a
know.
woman is. What a
Some
woman
people, yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Are
Mm-hmm.
you kidding me? Yeah. So then things obviously need to be written down so that we can look back and go, when did this
Has it
ridiculous, crazy, nutso
has it been written down what
thing
a
about?
woman is?
Yeah, for sure.
So has that
So
helped the
it's written down,
situation?
right?
Yeah.
So it didn't help. Anyways,
It
I
didn't
wanted to go
help.
into this other thing for
Pretzel.
No. So what it says is the one forming light and creating darkness, causing well-being and creating calamity. I am the Lord who does all of these. So the problem that you're going to encounter is that God admits that He creates, um, basically, his creation includes those who do good and those who do bad. But that's just a fact of life. He doesn't make them do evil. They do it on their own volition
but it
because they
says
have
he
free will.
No,
created it.
it says he creates the calamity.
Hmm. Yeah, create. It says
He creates
causing
it. So
well
he's
and creating calamity. So there are different creatures that he creates that have certain attributes, and some of them create calamity. That's what it's saying.
right. So if well, the way I look at it, I try not to use pretzel logic. I try to just read it for what it says. And it says that he creates the calamity, or in the Hebrew word for
Pretzel.
pretzel.
The fact of the matter is, people lie. So that guy who you brought your car into to fix your brakes, all of a sudden now you got an air conditioning problem, or you got something else because they lie, they cheat, they steal, all of these things. So
Right.
it's an idea. The idea of the whole thing is, who can you put your faith in? And so there's a story from the Bible. It's in Genesis 24, I believe, 17, where because they lie, they cheat, they steal, all of these things. So there's a story from the Bible. It's in Genesis 24, I believe, 17, because they lie, they cheat, they steal, all of these things. So there's a story from the Bible. It's in Genesis 24, I believe, 17, because they lie, they cheat, they steal, all of these things.
For take for example Deuteronomy. Now this came from the commands of God, right? The mind of God wrote this in the Old Testament. Deuteronomy 22:13 through 21 says, suppose a man marries a young woman and later he decides he doesn't want her. So he makes up false charges against her, accusing her of not being a virgin when they got married. If this happens, the young woman's parents are to take the blood-stained wedding sheet that proves she was a virgin, and they are to show it in court to the town leaders. Her father will say to them, I gave my daughter to this man in marriage, and now he doesn't want her. He has made false charges against her, saying she was not a virgin when he married her. But here is the proof that my daughter was a virgin. Look at the bloodstains on the wedding sheet. Then the town leaders are to take the husband and beat him. They are also to fine him 100 pieces of silver and give the money to the young woman's father because the man has brought disgrace on an Israelite woman. Moreover, she will continue to be his wife, and he can never divorce her as long as he lives. But if the charges is true and there is no proof that she was a virgin, then they are to take her out to the entrance of her father's house, where the men of her city are to stone her to death. She has done a shameful thing among our people by having intercourse before she was married, while she was still living in her father's house. In this way, you will get rid of this evil. So the question I have is, because we know that actually, as it turns out, 40% of virgins actually don't bleed, as it turns out. So there's a lot of women that were stoned to death who may have actually been virgins. How do we recognize this? Because these women may have also been accused of being evil. So for something like this causes
Seems like
questions.
seems like writing things down like that causes more harm than good.
For
Pretzel.